In today's presentation, Kishore and Subhani will give us some live examples of Oracle integration. Kishore and Subhani, welcome to the webcast.
Thank you, Jürgen.
So what is Oracle Live Labs?
Yeah, it's basically hands-on practice, like sequence of steps which we can use it to practice end-to-end labs on Oracle integration. So
Excellent.
it'll give us detailed instructions and steps so that any user, any business user or technical user can go through it and practice all the labs.
So today everybody has the opportunity to learn something new of Oracle integration with an own instance.
Yes, we will be talking about a lot of features and demos.
And what are the new features in the current release?
Yeah, in current release, we have so many things like events. You can share it across the projects and dynamic connections and whatnot. A lot of other features we are going to see.
Excellent. And robotic process automation is now also GA.
Yep.
And this is Neil. Neil, you will help us with the questions.
I will indeed.
Thanks and welcome to the webcast.
My pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you, Neil.
So let's get started. So if you would like to try the labs yourself, you can request a free tier account. Please go to cloud.oracle.com/free and start the free tier request process. Verify your email. And important, when you can choose the home region, please select India South or UK South. In those two regions, Oracle integration instances are available. So if you request a free tier account, please make sure that you request in Hyderabad or London, your region, to get Oracle integration. You can also just sit down, sit back, relax, and enjoy the demos. The main opportunity is to get your free tier account, and then you have an own instance, or you can use our shared instance called Oracle Playground. You can register for it and you can access for the playground. Please make sure that you use it only for training and testing purpose. Please don't upload any customer data there. It's a shared instance. And for SaaS services, please use demo.oracle.com. Please pay attention to the Oracle Safe Harbor statement and blog about services which are available today. Quick housekeeping, please feel free to post your questions via the conference Q&A tool. For today's agenda, I will start with a quick introduction and then hand over to Subhani, who will show you some updates, a demo, and you have then the opportunity to get access to your own instance and run the live labs yourself. If you want to learn more about the upcoming release 2502, you can join Neil and myself, and we will talk at our quarterly product update webcast also about robotic process automation, and Bashir Khan will join us. He built a tool for Fusion SaaS testing based on the Oracle RPA functionality. To attend a hands-on training, a starter training, we offer a bootcamp, which is a 3-day training for SaaS partners, consultants who implement ERP, HCM, or CX, or integration experts, with the goal to become a certified expert. We offer schedules across all regions, including Asia, Latin America, EMEA, and the US. Please take the opportunity to become a certified expert. The sales and solution engineer certifications are free of charge, and you can also attend the integration implementation exam. All information and details, upcoming events, and product information are published in our monthly newsletter. In case you're not yet a member, please register now and pay attention to the February newsletter. We updated our community website, which is now available in the new SharePoint version. At the community website, you find all the content, all the training material, all the presentations in PowerPoint format, and also an RPA starter kit, including a customer presentation in PowerPoint format. In case you missed one of our community webcasts, on-demand recordings are available at Oracle Video Hub. With that short introduction, I would like to hand over to Subhani. Subhani, thank you very much.
Thank you, Jürgen. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you. We will be talking about, as part of this webcast, right? Mostly, we are going to discuss new features and capabilities. And as Jürgen mentioned, right? So you need to register for a free trial, and then we are going to provide a couple of live labs, which you can go ahead and use it and practice and go through the lot of features as part of the live labs. And yeah, we'll also cover our demo for both the live labs actually, and then once we are done with it, you can practice it. Okay. So Oracle can help you to automate connectivity to the disparate applications and data sources using APIs and RPA robots, which will help you to eliminate the data silos and decision making. And on top of that, if you can see here, automate process. So Oracle also can help you to automate the complex processes spanning applications, data, trading partners, and human workers. So this will help us to reduce manual work and minimize the human errors. And also it will boost the productivity and so that all the employees can just go ahead and focus on the actual work or tasks which are assigned to them. Okay, so now if you look at this screen, we have connectivity to the applications and data and automate the processes. So if we have these two things, then we can think of innovation, right? Oracle can help you to automate the orchestration of AI services as well. So it could be like AI-based decision making or intelligent document processing. You can streamline processes, you can do workforce augment and increase the scalability and speed the adaptability. And in an enterprise climate, where disruption is the norm, businesses live or die by the ability to meet the constantly evolving conditions. Okay, now if we look at the building blocks of business automation, so these are the different tools and technologies which you can see on the screen, which we can use for automating the businesses. So you can go ahead and use these building blocks individually or together. And if we combine these tools under one roof, you can use right tool for right use cases, and you can provide right solution to the customers. So Oracle integration is your business automation platform with the large library of adapters. Doesn't matter the application is on Oracle Cloud or other cloud or third-party SaaS application on on-premise application. You can go ahead and leverage Oracle integration to provide solutions to the customers. And you can also leverage some of the pre-built solutions which are available as part of Oracle integration for Jumpstart, so that you can save a lot of time and provide the solutions quicker. And you can also see other tools like we have AI document processing or document understanding, which is an AI tool which is available as part of Oracle Cloud infrastructure. So we can use this tool to extract the text or tables and other key data from the documents or from any documents or files through the APIs and command line interface tools. So and also you can see we have a robotic process automation. As Jürgen mentioned, it is available as part of Enterprise Edition in this particular release 25.02, which you can go ahead and use it to automate the solutions. And we have you can go ahead and automate the trading partners, like you can manage the trading partners and automate it. You can go ahead and customize the schemas or documents. So we have editors available for all these things. You can go ahead and automate trading partners. Okay. So a lot of new features which you are seeing on the screen here. We'll go through in detail of most of these features actually. So starting from supporting for private endpoint and Oracle managed custom endpoints, OIC projects, and events frameworks, and with 25.02, right? 25.02, you can now retain OIC log data for up to 184 days. And you can go ahead and set this configuration in the OCI console, Oracle Cloud Infrastructure Console, for your OIC instance. And in Oracle integration, we have a support for the large payloads up to 100 MB for structured payloads for cloud endpoints or public internet based endpoints. Please note that this limit applies to the cloud endpoints that are not using the connectivity agent only. So for connectivity agent, it is again 50 MB limit. And we also have a robotic process automation. It's a new automation technology which is available within Oracle Integration Enterprise Edition. So, just as an integration performs API-based automation, right? Robots can also perform UI-based automation. You can go ahead and build a robot when an application doesn't have an APIs, or when the APIs are inaccessible, or when integration development resources are not available, then you can go ahead and leverage robots here. And so you can just go ahead and look at the regions availability here. It's available, as I said, it is available as part of enterprise editions. And so if you want to start using RPA, let's say if it is not available in your region yet, then enter a service request. And some of the 25.02 features are like, as I said, dynamic connection support with the FTP adapter. So this feature gives us the ability to dynamically specify which connection should be used at runtime. And we also have other feature called AI-powered descriptions. What does it mean? So as all of us know that integration design can become large or it can be complicated, right? So you might be having different components, multiple components in your integration. And sometimes if you don't have proper description to the integration, it is difficult for us to understand about the integration flow, what exactly it does. So with the help of AI powered description, so you can quickly generate an overall description of the integration with a single click. And you can also view the instance name and shape in the banner itself. So let's say if you are switching between your development, test or production instances. So sometimes it's not easy to know which instance you are currently in. So this information is now visible in an Oracle integration banner in the format of like instance underscore name. So which would be helpful where exactly you are in. And okay, so let's get into the details of some of these features. So let's look into the projects now. So it's like a project is like a container where you can go ahead and design your integrations. You can manage your integrations and monitor integrations. So if you start developing a project, if you start providing a solution to the customer, right? So you might be having multiple integrations together. or you might be having a number of connections, you might be having lookups. So you need to, go through all these things and maintain it. It becomes difficult for us to maintain, right? Or keep track of all the integration flows. Because so when we design or when we create integrations, so it will be all the integrations, all the integrations related to the different projects will be in one place. So it becomes challenging for us, for developers. So that's why we have introduced the projects where you can go ahead and design, manage, and monitor your integrations from a single space called project. So, so this will help us to eliminate the navigation to other parts of Oracle integration user interface. And in 25.02, we have added a couple of new features with respect to the projects. So uh, all of us know that we can create events as part of projects, right? Now we can also share the events between the projects. So you can call event from a different project. And also you can go ahead and perform life cycles on a project deployment, which includes B2B related artifacts, B2B documents, or schemas and trading partners. So when it comes to the projects, so we have three tabs available. One is design tab. So this is where you can go ahead and design your solution, which includes all of its components like integration. You could see the connections and libraries, lookups, and events, which you cannot see here on the screen, but you can also create an events under projects. And you could see on top of this here, we see design tab and deploy and observe tab. And one more feature which you have here. So with respect to the invoking the child integrations, right? So let's say you have parent integration, and if you want to invoke a child integration, you can go ahead and invoke it. So your child integration can be part of the same project, or it can be a part of a different project. Or please note that, I hope all of you are listening, it could be part of a child project, a different project, or same project, or it could be part of not any project outside of, it's a global integration which we used to do it, which we used to create. So you can also call child integration which is outside of a projects, but reverse is not possible. So please note that. So your global integration cannot invoke a child integration which is inside of a project. Don't get confused. So because we are trying to provide, or we are trying to add new features to the projects only, not to the global integrations. So all of us need to move to the projects instead of creating integrations globally. But because you have already created integration globally, so we are providing a provision to invoke that particular integration as a child integration from the parent project, parent integration. Okay. And yeah, this is also a nice feature which is available as part of projects. So you can view the dependent relationships between all the integrations and connections and lookups and JavaScript libraries, events, HL7 messages. It could be your integrations or connections could be in a project, same project, or it could be in another project or outside of a project. So if your integrations are related to that particular integration outside of your project, so that relationship also you can see it here. Or we also have a shared connection feature, right? So you can go ahead and create a connection in one project, and you can share it with other projects. So all those features, all those relationships which you can go ahead and see it as part of project dependencies diagram. Okay. And second tab which we have is deploy tab. You can go ahead and create a project deployment and activate your project deployment. So your project deployment can consist of different integrations or multiple integrations and robots as well. So when you create a project deployment, you need to select the versions of integrations and robots to include your as part of your deployment. So before you activate a project, you must create a project deployment and explicitly select the integrations and their versions to include in the deployment. And during the activation of project deployment, it will go through the each and every asset which is available as part of the deployment and activate it. So let's say you have here in this case on the screen, we have 3 integrations, right? So we do not need to activate individually. So we can just go ahead and create a project deployment and activate it. And on top of that, we can also use these deployments to export and import as well. And third tab which you see is observe tab. So you have designed your integrations and activated it and running. So you might want to monitor it. So you can go to the observe tab and you can track all your instances and you can monitor errors in your project from a single workspace during runtime itself. And on top of that, you can also access and view the activity streams, which will give us the detailed information about that particular integration, right? And RBAC resource-based access control. So you can go ahead and control the users. So on your right hand side, you could see here. So who is the owner here? Kishore Katta, and you can edit, who can view, and who can monitor. So you can go ahead and control the users and groups with the role-based access control called as RBAC model. So you can go ahead and select who can access a set of project resources while limiting those some resources from the others. So for example, so you have a ERP group and HCM group of users. So HCM group of users can only access to the projects which are related to the HCM integrations. And ERP group of users can go ahead and access those ERP related resources. So you can go ahead and restrict them not to access other projects. And some of the best practices which you can follow as part of RBAC or as part of projects is, so you can go ahead and provide project access only to the users that need it. So you can just go ahead and give the users with the minimal permissions necessary to perform their responsibilities. For example, so if a user only needs to monitor integrations, please do not give them the permission to edit integrations. And also, please note that you can give the project non-sensitive names. For example, like please do not specify the names such as employee salaries or employee ratings and so on. Even if users don't have access to the projects, they can still see the project's names listed in the onto the project page. So they can see all the projects which are listed, but still they'll not be having access. But if based on the project name, they can go ahead and find out, right, what exactly it is. So do not give such names. Okay, so when it comes to the events, you can now manage events under projects. You can perform an event-based task in a project, like creating an event or publish or subscribe, all these features. And with the latest release, we also have filters. So for example, you can go ahead and define the filter for orders from the airline. So if you want to process the orders from Ireland, then only you can go ahead and fetch those orders. So such kind of filters you can go ahead and specify. And you can also use the expression builder to create filters, and you can make use of those filters as part of your integrations. And as I have mentioned, so you can also share the events between the projects. So these are the steps when you try to create an event. So you could see a third pattern which is available here, event, on top of application and schedule. So you can go ahead and select this particular integration pattern, and then you need to provide a JSON sample to create an event. And once it is available, right? Once the event is available, so you can go ahead and publish the data to the event, or you can subscribe to the particular event to fetch the data from that event. So first step is to create an event, and then create integration flow to publish the event. So you have a new action called publish event, so which you can go ahead and leverage. And third integration, or you can go ahead and design one or a couple of integrations based on your requirement. You can go ahead and subscribe to that particular event, so that data will be pushed to those subscribers. Okay. So you have a producer consumer concept here. So producer doesn't know who is the consumer, and consumer doesn't know who is the publisher. And so all of us know we have a lot of features available or as part of Oracle integration, right? We are continuously adding new adapters, and so main advantage of the adapters feature is like it hides the complexity from the developer, right? So you do not need to, as a developer, you just need to focus on integrating the applications. You don't need to worry about the what kind of technology which is using and what kind of security mechanism which is supporting. So you just focus on integration, and fetch the data from source and push it to the target application. So that's where the adapter plays major role for you, so that you don't need to spend a lot of time to learn your source and target applications. So we have got a lot of adapters which are available, and wherever there is you can see a 110 plus adapter and 20 plus new adapters added in OIC 3, and 5 plus native actions in OIC 3. So we might be having thousands of applications in the market, right? But for each and every application, we cannot develop an adapter, right? So in that case, you can leverage the technology adapters. Or let us say you do not find any adapter here, and you have a lot of use cases, and you need to build a lot of integration flows between your source and target applications. And what you can do is, if the adapter is not available, then we are providing another feature called rapid adapter builder. Okay, so what exactly it is? So as I have just mentioned, the advantage of adapter, right? So wherever there is no adapter, and wherever there is a lot of requirement, then you can go ahead and build a new adapter using the rapid adapter builder framework. So you could see here on the screen, you just need to have a Postman collection, and so whatever library of operations which you want to perform, so you can just go ahead and include as part of the Postman collection. And we have a OIC API which will go ahead and convert to the adapter definition document, and then we can go ahead and enhance with the security policies, and we can go ahead and register that adapter with the adapter store. So you could say it is a codeless adapter development. So what does it mean? You don't need to code it. So you just have a script and bring that script, and you can go ahead and use the rapid adapter builder framework to build your own adapter. So it provides all the necessary infrastructure to build the adapter for Oracle integration. So once you build this adapter, right, this particular adapter provides all the features and capabilities which you see as part of the pre-built adapters. So there is no difference on the behavior or on the user interface or anything. So it will act as the same adapter which we are providing out of the box. And rapid adapter builder, it is available as a Visual Studio Code extension which helps you to generate the code required to build an adapter. And using this particular extension, you can iteratively develop your adapter and publish that adapter to the Oracle integration. So it's a simple actually, and we have a separate session for going through this in detail and developing a new adapter. So if you are planning to build a new adapter, you can reach out to us. We'll help you with that particular session. Okay. And so pre-built integration solutions supported by Oracle. So we have recipes and accelerators collectively known as pre-built integrations. So almost like 80% of your work is done there. So wherever there is a common requirement or wherever there is a common use case for most of the customers, right? So instead of building integration or instead of building a solution from scratch, you can go ahead and make use of recipes and accelerators, recipes or accelerators, and provide a solutions to the customers quickly. So you can go ahead and save your 80% of time, and remaining 20% of time, obviously there could be some changes in the customer requirement, right, specific to the customer. So you can go ahead and customize your integrations based on the requirement and provide solutions to the customers. So recipes is basically a sample use case which will give you a head start or quick start, whereas accelerator provides end-to-end business process or use case which you can go ahead and use it as it is. And these are all some of the pre-built solutions which are available on Oracle Integration Store, which you can go ahead and leverage. And you can also build your recipes and publish it to the marketplace. And these are some of the accelerators which are available on Integration Store, which you could go ahead and use it. Okay, this is one of the accelerator. When you install this particular accelerator, so it will install all the integrations which are related to that particular accelerator under project, and you could see the connections and lookups and libraries. So we also have a private endpoint feature. So what is a private endpoint basically? So Oracle integration private endpoint is like any other private endpoint which uses a private IP address from your network. So it uses an IP of VCN where it is being created. So in Gen 2, right, if you want to access resources behind the firewall, then you need to install the agent. Whereas now as part of Oracle Integration 3, so you do not need to install the agent. So you can just go ahead and make use of the private endpoint and connect to your resources which are sitting behind the firewalls. And on top of that, you can also reduce the overhead of connectivity agent, installation of connectivity agent, or maintaining the VM or server, or to run the script. So based on your requirement, you can go ahead and choose to use adapters in OIC with the public gateway or private endpoint or connectivity agent access types. And some of the benefits for Oracle integration, OCI private endpoint is, so it's a secure and private access to a single OCI service, and keeps all the traffic off the public internet. And more than 25 services offered in OCI are available as private endpoints, and which you can go ahead and access, like OCI anomaly detection, OCI language, or object storage, or OCI streaming. All these features are available. And please note that OCI private endpoint is available for no additional charge. So there is no per hour connection fees or per byte data processing fees, which other cloud providers typically charge for the similar services. And you can also configure a custom endpoint to access your Oracle integration instance with your own host name. So instead of the original instance URL generated in the OCI console, so you can go ahead and access with your own host name. So runtime access to your integrations will use the custom endpoint with no redirection. It will use as it is. And whereas for all other access points like design time or visual builder or process automation, you still access the custom endpoint, but the custom endpoint then redirects to the appropriate URL. Okay. And using parallel flow, you can go ahead and define the branches to run two or more actions in a parallel. So you can go ahead and perform multiple tasks at the same time. It is especially useful when you must perform several time-consuming and independent tasks, right? So you can go ahead and make use of parallel action, and you can create multiple branches, and go ahead and you could see on the screen here. So we are invoking the HCM, and we are calling the some other application here and get what is that? Balance, actually plain balance or whatever it is. So we are calling different applications in under parallel action, and we can go ahead and independently perform all these tasks at the same time. And so you have an option to provision healthcare edition of Oracle integration. So OIC Healthcare Edition is a complete integration and business automation solution for the organizations which need, which they want to introduce with the business and health data using a single enterprise connectivity and the automation platform. So OIC Healthcare Edition provides all the same capabilities as OIC Enterprise Edition, plus additional features of healthcare, like healthcare message editor, and you have MLLP adapter and healthcare actions and FHIR adapter, and extended data retention features. All these features are available as part of OIC Healthcare Edition. And yeah, so when it comes to the Oracle Managed Disaster Recovery, right? Failover is the process in which a secondary instance takes over when the primary instances fails. So we are providing a disaster recovery solution which will allow you to fail over quickly from a natural or human disasters. And it provides a business continuity in your secondary instance. And on top of that, you can also use this solution for any kind of planned migrations, or if you are switching between instances periodically, then you can also use this feature. And Oracle manages nearly all the disaster recovery responsibilities automatically for you. And your administrative responsibilities are minimal. And please note that Oracle managed disaster recovery is, of course, it's a paid version, paid feature. So you can go ahead and consult with the sales representatives for more details. Okay, so you can go ahead and create two Oracle integrations in two different OCI regions. For example, one in Ashburn and another in Phoenix. And you don't need to worry about managing your DNS changes, load balancing, design time data synchronization between your instances, object storage buckets, and other responsibilities. So all are taken care for you. So all the message traffic is automatically forwarded to the correct instance. And all messaging is bidirectional, meaning you can fail over from one instance to another and back. So we are doing data synchronization between two instances automatically in real time to minimize the data loss. And so this DR solution supports active, passive topologies and publish, subscribe integration patterns and file server and visual builder features and agent. And what we are not supporting as part of disaster recovery is process and insight and B2B at this point of time. So at a high level, your administrator can go ahead and log into the Oracle OCI console for your secondary instance, and he can select the failover from the Ashburn instance to the Phoenix instance, and no other tasks are required. So for details, you can just go through the documentation and try to look into it actually. Okay, so when it comes to the native actions, so these are all pre-built actions which are available as part of Oracle integration. And users can directly interact with the various OCI services directly. It could be like you could see file server here, object storage, OCI function, all these features. So you do not need to create a connection, a separate connection. You don't need it. And you can directly make use of these pre-built native actions and perform all the activities, whatever is required for you. So if you look at the demo here for the native actions, this is the use case, Globe Shopee, global retailer company with the regional offices that maintain daily records of inventory, sales, and shipments in Excel files. So they have the data in the Excel files, and these files are stored on a centralized file server. Because they are maintained in the centralized file server, right? It's if you want to process those files, it's a time consuming and error prone. So to overcome all those challenges, we can go ahead and automate the entire process from transforming the files to converting and processing them for a real-time analytics and reporting. So you can go ahead. Let's go through the demo as well. Actually, I'll explain there in detail. So what we are exactly doing as part of this live lab is, we need to create a OCI policies and create object storage bucket and create the function, create a dynamic group and update the policies. And then once you are done with the OCI related stuff, you can go ahead and design your integration using native actions to invoke object storage, functions, and file servers, and activate the integration and monitor the integration. Okay, so let me just go ahead and share the another screen here. Yeah, so let's go through the projects and events, and then we'll go through the native actions as part of the demo. So I have created multiple integrations here, and you could see we have an event, purchase order event. I've created, provided a sample JSON for creating this. I'm just processing the purchase order header ID and order number. And then I'm going to publish the data to that particular event. So I can also go ahead and use the ERP Cloud application to process the purchase order here. And let me just go ahead and first of all create the purchase order. So you could see here. So our requirement is like we are getting the purchase order event from the ERP cloud, and we need to publish it to the multiple target applications. So for that, we are publishing this event to the event feature here. And once it is published, you could see we have two subscribers, subscriber to ADW and subscriber to FTP. So it will go ahead and process the data. Excuse me. It will go ahead and process the data and push the same data to the FTP server or file server, and it will also process the data to the ADW. So it will go ahead and process to the autonomous data warehouse. Now, so I'll just go ahead and use the existing order. And so this is the description which we have used for filtering the purchase order. So I'll go ahead and submit it. So when I submit this particular purchase order, it will go for the approvals and as part of the workflow in ERP Cloud. So it could see submitted for the approval. And once it is approved, it will go ahead and trigger the integration flow. So let me just search it again. So you could see it's showing the information pending for the approval. So let's go back meanwhile. And here what we are doing is, so we have subscribed to that particular event, right? And once this particular integration flow triggers, so it will go ahead and publish that data to this particular event. And here in the subscriber, so what I can do is I'll just go ahead and clone it. So insert into the ADW. So I'm just inserting the data into the ADW using the ADW connection into this particular table, database table. So purchase order for event. Okay. So let's go back and cross check if it is done. So you could see this is done now. So let's go back to the observe tab and see it. So you could see the last 1 hour ERP Cloud event got triggered, a message received and processed successfully. Now, what I can do is I'll just go ahead and refresh it. So you could see the numbers here. So subscriber to ADW, subscriber to the data, subscriber to the FTP. So you could see received and processed successfully. And you can go to the instances and cross check. Okay, so this is how you can make use of the events to publish your data to the multiple subscribers. And also I was talking about the invoking the child integration, right? So you could see here So I'm calling this particular integration flow. So when I invoke an integration flow, so you could see the context also, you can go ahead and select. So is it part of project? And if yes, part of which project we need to select. And it will select, it will show all the integrations based on that particular project. If it is not in a project outside your, it's a global integration, you can go ahead and use this option. Okay. So if I select this option, it will show all the global integrations for me. And so let me just go ahead and deploy it. So I'll go ahead and create project deployment. And I'll save it. So you can see, instead of activating each and every integration manually, I'm just activating the this particular integration project deployment, and so which will in turn activate all the integrations which are part of this deployment. So you could see it here. Okay. And so I'm just going to run this integration. So what we are doing here is actually as part of child integration, we are just trying to move the file using the file server native action. So we are calling this particular integration, and we are moving the file from one place to another place. So you can see output. So you could see this is the file which we have moved on 25th. Okay. So, and also I was talking about the project the dependency diagram, right? So you could see here. So we are calling this particular integration to this integration, and we are not using anything. So it's this project summary also it will show. So this is not the best one. Let me just take you to the other one. Yeah. So you could see the dependency diagram it shows. You can also view the integrations only, and you can also filter with respect to the integration flow, and you can go to the connections. You can view the connection. All these things you can go ahead and perform it as part of dependency diagram. And it will also show you the excuse me, project summary. So it contains all these integrations, 11 integrations and 8 connections. And in other project integrations, we are not using any integrations, and unused, not in any project. Okay. So this is part of events and projects feature which we have gone through. Now let's go through the native actions. So before going through this, right, what I can do is, let me just close this, and yeah. So this is the live lab which you are going to perform. If you have, if you have OCI instance available for you, and then OIC instance. So both the instances you need it actually, because you are going to perform some OCI related tasks as well. So as part of this, so you could see here, we have gone through the business case, and so what it will do, let me just, yeah, it will go through it. So what we are doing is, this is a schedule based integration flow, and we are getting the file from the OIC file server and uploading the file to the object storage. Once we upload this Excel file to the object storage, so we need to convert that Excel to the CSV file. So we are leveraging the serverless function to convert the Excel file to CSV file, and then again finally get the CSV file and process it. So this is what we are doing. So you can go through all these labs to complete this particular integration flow. And as part of this integration flow, so what we are doing is, let me just go through this. So you could see it's a schedule-based integration flow, and we are using the file server native action to list the files. So from this particular directory and star.xls maximum files, 100 files, we can go ahead and process it. And inside the for loop, what we are doing, we are getting the each and every file and moving that file to the object storage. So you could see we are calling the object storage and that to native action. So we are not using any connections. So we are uploading an object to the bucket Excel and processing that file. And once the file is uploaded to the object storage, we are calling the OCA function to convert that Excel file to the CSV file. And then you get that CSV file from the object storage and process it. So this is what we are doing. Now, so let me just go ahead and run this particular integration flow. And I'll go to the settings file server folders. So we are leveraging the embedded file server here. And we have uploaded the file under, I think, where exactly it is. Users, KK. Yeah, this is where it is. So you can see customer underscore 13.xls file. And now, so this file is copied to this particular folder under embedded file server. And we need to pick up this file and upload it to the object storage, right? That's what we are doing here. Now I'll go to the observe instance and it is processed successfully. So I'll go to this particular instance. So invoking the list of files, and it will go through the each and every file. And you could see we are moving the Excel file to the object storage. And I think it's, let me just go ahead and go to the object storage here. And what we are doing, we are just moving the Excel file to the object storage and then converting that Excel file to the CSV file and storing it in the different bucket. So let me go to the buckets. And these are the buckets which we are using, bucket Excel to store the Excel file. And after converting the CSV file, we are storing that to under bucket CSV file. So you could see it, customers underscore 13.csv file got created. And once it is created, what we are doing, we are processing that file. So getting the CSV file and reading it and storing it and finally storing the data into the logger or whatever you want to do, you can perform it. So this is how you can go ahead and access the native actions. You can leverage the native actions and provide a solution to the customers without additional overhead. Okay. So when it comes to the live labs, right? So we'll be sharing these two live labs, actually events and native actions. So you can just go through the events and native actions live, both the live labs. And if you have access, so you can go ahead and perform all these setup tasks, and then you can go ahead and complete all the labs. Okay. So that's all I have. I think. Thank you very much. So these are the hands-on labs which we are going to share with you. So you would be doing those labs.
Subhani, thank you very much.
Thank you, Jürgen.
Can you please share the current links in the chat?
Yeah, yeah.
Thanks for the update and the live demos. To wrap up today's call, in case you're not yet a member in the partner community, please make sure that you register now. Access our new partner community website. There you find all the resources, including our integration blog. You find the documentation there to activate the free trial and to use the live labs to build your first demo. In case you are a beginner and you want to start with Oracle integration, please attend one of our upcoming hands-on integration bootcamps. You can find all the links in the integration resources at bit.ly/links/OIC. If you want to activate a free trial, please use the region Hyderabad or London. There you can get an integration instance. Or use our playground for shared instances. With that, I would like to come to the questions and answers. So we have plenty of questions. If you have further one, please feel free to post them in the Q&A tool or to raise your hand and we can unmute you. The first one is from David. He would like to know, is the decision automation service already available and where to find it? Nathan or Neil, do you want to answer this one?
Yeah, I answered the question and said that it would be feature flag in 2502. And that means you can, if you want, create an SR to get access to that. And it should be generally available in 2504.
Great, thank you, Neil. And Nathan, there was the question about the availability from robotic process automation. You want to handle that?
Yeah, what was the question?
When and where is robotic process automation available?
Yeah. So it should be available today. We are in GA. However, it's not rolled out to every region just yet. So depending on the region that you're in, if you don't see it, let us know.
And maybe as it is now available in most of the regions, you want to quickly describe what Oracle robotic process automation is and for what use cases it's most suitable.
Yeah, so Oracle Integration RPA is a new automation component that's delivered through projects. So again, expanding on this theme of providing a variety of different automation components for you to connect your apps and data and then automate your business processes. We're focused primarily right now on automating so RPA will automate where you don't have APIs or maybe you don't have anybody that's available to kind of wield the APIs just yet. RPA allows you to interact with the applications through the user interface. So today we're supporting web-based user interfaces. So we see a lot of customers having use cases around Fusion Apps transactional use cases where there may not be an API. We see use cases around Fusion Apps setup where there may not be any APIs. And so, yeah, it's just another component for us to allow you to help automate your businesses.
Cool. And we will run the next community webcast March 25th on RPA. So please make sure you attend also next month. There are a couple of questions about projects. And the first one comes from Gantler. He would like to know if current projects support also single integration development. And the second question is if multiple projects can share the same connection.
Yes, they can.
Yes.
That's a quick one. Okay, next question is from Jose. Jose, you can unmute yourself and ask your question live.
Sure, I have a question. This is Jose from Deloitte as an integration architect. The speaker mentioned that you don't need the agent to be installed on the on-prem application to bring the data back and forth from the on-prem to the cloud. That's my understanding. Can you elaborate a little more on that?
Yeah, it doesn't like the connectivity agent has to be able to access via its network the resource that you want it to. For example, an Oracle database or e-business suite. So you just install that agent on the, on the network where it needs to be installed, be that on OCI or be that on premise,
Then I misunderstood because the speaker says something about you don't need the agent to be installed anymore.
You don't need the, look, okay, there are, put it this way here, like the connectivity agent will, like in long term, we'd be looking at using private endpoints instead of the connectivity agent going forward for everything.
You answered my question. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay,
go ahead.
good.
I think I got it. But go ahead, finish out. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, that's it, Jose. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying, like, going forward, the strategy would be to use private endpoints. But today, for some things, we still need to use a connectivity agent.
Okay.
There are some adapters that won't work unless you use the connectivity agent. For example, the file adapter, that sort of stuff,
Got it. Thank you.
Okay, pleasure.
Thank you very much. And then there are questions about adapters, for example, a Cority adapter, and what can be the option if an adapter is not available. Maybe, Neil, you can talk a little bit about Rapid Adapter Builder.
Yeah, like in other words, and that's how I answered this, was like if you have an app that has REST APIs, you can, of course, use the OIC REST adapter. But of course, with that, it's not as comfortable. But say you have an app and you need to use maybe 10, 20 APIs from that app, create a Postman collection, or maybe there is a Postman collection already available from the vendor. And then this Postman collection can be used as the basis for generating the using Rapid Adapter Builder to generate your own adapter. And then that adapter can be published to your OIC instance, and you can use that.
Cool.
So you've got both approaches there. Like if you say, I only need to access this app once, I'll bite the bullet, use the REST adapter. But if I'm saying here, we're going to be needing this app for loads of integrations, let's go the extra mile and create our own adapter. It'll only take a couple of hours at the most, but then we've a reusable asset there that makes it much easier for other integration developers.
Anything else you would like to highlight, Neil, for the benefit of everybody?
No, just that 2502 is on its way, and development instances should be starting to get upgraded from tomorrow onwards, and then, of course, production following 2 weeks later.
Excellent, thanks. Nathan, anything you would like to highlight?
Nope.
So thank you very much. Thank you, Subhani. Thanks to the whole team for answering all the questions. If you have further questions, you can reach out to our local champions. Neil supports EMEA, Paolo Mota, South America, Ravi Chaplani, North America, Ravi Pinto, Asia, and Steve EMEA. For partner questions, please consider to contact myself and make use of the integration resources. I would like to say thank you for attending today's webcast, and please join us on March 25th for exciting demos and more updates about robotic process automation. Thanks for attending.